From trauma to joie de vivre. How is that possible? Welcome to Post-Trauma Secrets and Decluttering, where we go behind the scene and reveal how to free yourself. Come and discover the 4 dimensions of a decluttering journey with your hosts, Valerie and JM Tetro.
Hello, wonderful souls. In this episode, we'll be talking about the shift. And first, please allow Valerie to come back in time 30 years ago. So stick with her and you'll understand.
I was studying at the Faculty of Medicine of the University of Montreal. I had fun. I was joyful. I was volunteering and working at the same time. Everything was looking perfect. But during a family Christmas dinner, my biggest secret, held for over 15 years, came to the surface as someone I trusted revealed it to everyone. So everyone learned I was abused by my grandfather. And now people started taking side, and it was just a nightmare for the following months and years. I was not able to go back to school a short time after that. I didn't finish my degree, so I started judging myself as a failure. Have you guys been in something like that? Do you feel that weight? It was so freaking hard. A couple of years in the future, I was now the mother of 2 beautiful adopted children with special needs. I was volunteering probably between 50 to 100 hours a week. Here again, everything was looking perfect. Do you know what I mean? When you try to be invincible? But it was so dark at that time in my head. Yet everyone thought I was doing great. But if this was being a human, I was done. It was so hard to keep up with my heart, my family, and all the volunteers I was responsible for. I so wanted to feel normal, to have a happy family, feel happy myself and not struggle with dark thoughts and nightmare. I wanted to get rid of flashback, annoying depression cycle coming every time it was chaotic or harder in my life. I wanted to be recognized by people as normal, as someone recognized by the society, as a super mom. Have you guys been in a situation like that? This is trauma. So I was running after the kids and had no time for myself between St. John Ambulance and the medical appointment at the Children's Hospital. I was so busy in my day, I had 0 time for myself. At the same time, I just wanted to feel better and normal. I tried to go in therapy, but I was not able to really say what I was thinking, not able to externalize nor to connect with my emotion. How would I be able to raise my children so they didn't live in non-stop fear? How to explain to them what are their own emotions when I don't feel emotion other than fear and anxiety? I was afraid of losing my husband, losing my children, and being alone with no friends. I was always scared of going outside in the dark, scared of people not trusting those close to me. Doctor told me that it's like that. It's a diagnosis, and I'm stuck with it for life. Medication, it helps, but there are side effects, and I felt either tired or numb. EMDR. 2 days after, I was hospitalized for suicidal thoughts. I don't know what you have tried, but I was feeling that nothing worked. Have you guys felt like something like that? What I understand today is that it's not your fault. It's the trauma. At one point, my husband went into military, and I will always remember the day that I drove him to his boot camp. August 26, 2006. When I came back home that day, I put the children in bed and went downstairs. I opened the door of the storage room. Oh my God. I sat right there on the floor, looking at it. What you need to understand is that we would have to move in a couple months from that time, and for that, we needed to let go of half our belongings. So that night, sitting on the floor, I was alone with 2 children, and I had that mountain of stuff in front of me. I started crying. I was overwhelmed, tired, discouraged, and didn't know where to start, all at the same time. At that moment, I was sitting on the floor, facing my life, facing my emotion, not being able to continue living the way I was doing it up until then, and needing to change something. Enough is enough! I needed to get free from my trauma. It was keeping me stuck. It was my trauma causing me to have nightmare, flashback, overeating, accumulating stuff. First, I needed to stop doing garbage day. So stopping that habit of going out early before the garbage truck was tough. You cannot imagine how many good things people are throwing in the garbage. I found furniture, toys, tools, and much more. Stopping going to the garage sale was so hard also. Every time I was seeing a sign on the street corner, my heart raced. I become excited and wanted to go see which treasure they have that can become mine. Did you ever try to stop an habit? Some things that you enjoy? How tough was it? So my reality at that point was, if I don't change right now, would I be able to move with JM when the military post him? Or would the family be broken, split apart? I felt ashamed of inviting people sometime. So what I do is hide everything in my bedroom. But what will I do when there will be no more space in my bedroom? If I continue to accumulate things, my house will look like those I see in the hoarding TV show. I don't want that. Am I the only one hiding things when people are coming visiting? Are you guys running around cleaning before your moms arrive? So the day after I drove my hubby to the boot camp, I started to declutter the storage room. Something weird happened. When I was touching the items, memories and feelings were popping into my mind. I was now connecting and experiencing my emotion, fear, sadness, anger. So guess what? I had to deal with them and understand them. Also, questions were coming like, why did I get $15 of paper? Why do I have more embroidery material than I would ever be able to use in my life? Why do I have double and triple of the same object? After hours, days, weeks of decluttering, it was getting easier and easier to manage my emotion and to make a decision about keeping or not keeping an item. But you know what? I was also feeling better. I was having less negative thoughts, less nightmare, less flashback, kind of like my mind was getting decluttered. After a couple months, I had a relapse. I started to buy things again and to accumulate stuff. I was getting everything in the Tupperware flyers. Are you guys relapsing when trying to stop something? I know people that try to stop smoking do, but is buying things as much difficult to stop as smoking? What was strange is that the more I was buying things, more symptoms of my trauma I was having. Depression, nightmare, flashback, overeating, binging. Like if my obsession to get new things was reflecting that I wasn't feeling good. And it was exactly that, because I was craving that instant satisfaction and happy feeling when you acquire or buy something new. But that feeling doesn't stick. Do you feel that excitement when you buy something, either on Amazon or in store? What about when someone gives you a gift? So we finally moved the family to Winnipeg, which was 2,400 kilometers away from home. My objective was to keep her home decluttered and tidied all the time, so my husband will be proud of me. Yes, at the beginning, I was doing it for him, to please him, to get recognition at the same time. Remember, I wanted to have a normal life and a happy family. I was also planning to get better, leave the trauma behind, and be a supermom. I understood that my space was a reflection of my mind. Wow! I recognized that I had a cluttered mind. A cluttered mind is kind of like being at a big party with a lot of people talking all at the same time with really loud music. You get overwhelmed by it at some point. So in my journey, I was not only decluttering my space, but my mind also. I was calming down the negative thoughts, getting some silence and peace into my head. Are you guys getting this? How amazing is it? I then understand that my journey of recovery is not a simple step. It implies being able to control my space, but at the same time, it cannot only work on keeping my space tidy. There's a big internal mindset that needs to be worked on. So I went on a personal development journey that allowed me to connect with beautiful people all around the world, including myself. Years later, my husband and I wanted to know more about why decluttering made such a difference in our life. And after months of research, we find out that clutter is physiologically related to the stress one's experience. So it's not a myth, it was real now, that my clutter was bringing me down and down, as did my family. I felt so relieved to understand that I was not the only one. Are you guys getting this? After years of doing decluttering and organizing for myself and helping friends who need it, me and my husband JM discovered a pattern. Every time we approached the decluttering and organizing in a certain order, it was easier and less stressful. We also observed that we always include strategies learned during the personal development phase. It is only when we combine all the 3 steps that we really saw a difference that stuck. I ended up recovering from my trauma. I had much lower stress level. I was clear in my mind of what I really wanted. My head was so peaceful. I finally had time to appreciate precious moments with my family in our welcoming and tidy home. Are you guys realizing what happened? Do you want that freedom? Even better, we are now able to help other people suffering from trauma to get back their life and free themselves from trauma. And seeing them rising and shining so beautifully is so fulfilling that it is my mission now. Helping others improve their quality of life, both in their home and in their mind. I just love seeing them spending some free time with their family, either at the beach or in front of Netflix. That doesn't matter how they spend it, if they are happy, peaceful, and trauma-free. Yes, I was able to create the happy life I wanted without trauma stress, impact, and symptoms. The dual system that we created allowed me to free myself from my trauma and to keep my family together and happy. But what does that mean? That means my mind is calm and peaceful. I am now living in fear of losing my husband anymore. My children, I know they are there to stick. I have no doubt that people love me when they express it to me. I am confident, happy, and peaceful. And now, Jim and myself are helping many beautiful families and individuals keeping their marriage, their family together, living a normal life, and improving their quality of life.
I hope you really listened and took note from what Valerie just told you, because this story is just explaining you how powerful the decluttering journey is. Just so you guys understand, the decluttering journey is a big strategy, really decluttering part of your life one after the other in a certain order. And with this technique, you don't have to work 10 to 15 years like we did. We've seen it happen with other people that we help. Within a year, it's really a matter of working your mind, your stress, enough to release your body, being able to look at your time and your space after. Using that technique in the right order is so powerful that it unlocks the blockage, and you literally just release the trauma, release the obstacle, what's keeping you from achieving the normal life, the life that you really want to have. Isn't that amazing and exciting? How would you guys like that? I'm telling you guys, I was there with Valerie. I seen it. It was really not easy. What we've seen is a transformation for life. So just letting you know, we've tested that with someone. Je la rends pas celle-là.
Là, we tested what did?
Ouais, je vais juste finir. How many of you would like to get the relaxed, amazing life free from trauma? I know in our case, years ago, we didn't know where to start. So in the next episode, we'll see how it's possible for you to do this.
Thank you so much for taking time to listen to this episode. If you want to help break the trauma stigma, share this episode and give hope to your friends and let them know it is possible to get free from trauma. Valerie and JM want to help you further by offering you Declutter Your Life 101. Be sure to go to dowellht.com/free yourself. That's dowellht.com/free yourself to get your free quick summary and start your decluttering journey. Thanks again for tuning in, and be sure to join us next time to discover another secret on post-trauma secrets and decluttering.